What is good? This is D'Angelo, not the singer, the professional wrestler, the sports entertainer, and your potential favorite wrestler. And you are watching the Fans View podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Fans View podcast. Today, we've got a guest who brings pure energy into every single thing he steps into, from football fields in South Carolina to the independent wrestling rings all across the country. He's made a name for himself as the energy of pro wrestling. Please welcome to the show, D'Angelo. D'Angelo, how you doing tonight, brother?
What's going on, bro?
I can't complain. Want to commend you on quite the four-way match last night at Apex Wrestling, man. That was something to see.
That was a really fun match. Every talent in that match did their part. So like the crowd reacted. I had fun. I talked a lot of trash, which I'm known to do. But I mean, hey,
I love that. You definitely. I remember the first time I met you at Apex. You told me before you went out. You said I talk a lot of trash. Better get ready. And boy, you lived up to that billing. But let's start at the beginning. Who is D'Angelo outside of the ring? And what were your early sports experiences like?
oh man. So I can't really say that there was a time other than like as a toddler that wrestling wasn't a part of my life. Like I grew up a big fan. I found wrestling at a very young age, at like 3, 4 maybe. I was in my mom's room. I was looking through her movies or whatnot, and she had a collection, and I saw a disc and it had a skull on it. So in my mind as a little kid, I'm like, oh, this is a scary movie. I'm not supposed to watch scary movies, but I'm gonna watch this anyways because nobody's around to stop me. But it wasn't a scary movie. It was a Stone Cold Steve Austin home video. And I saw that. I watched him and Brett at WrestleMania 13 maybe 100 times after that because that was the only match on the CD. And man, I fell in love with it ever since.
Man, what a
Um,
match to fall in love with.
right? So I mean, nah, like I was always very like animated as a child. Like my mom said there was a point in time where I would talk like a ring announcer. Or like I like we've been in the store, I'm like, my God, like that was just a part of who I was. Um, I think around 3 or 4, around that same time, my grandmother she enrolled me in karate. So karate was actually my first sport. I did
Okay.
karate and then I transitioned into taekwondo. I got my black belt in taekwondo when I was 10 years old. Um, I think around age 11 or 12 is when I started playing football and basketball, which I was always like I grew up in a very athletic family. I have an older cousin named Jordan who was like my big brother growing up, and I watched him play football and basketball, and like I just always wanted to be like him. He was a big wrestling fan too, so like he kind of fed my dream and like my love for wrestling. And yeah, I fell in love with football, which kind of took away the time that I spent enjoying wrestling because I was all about football. I wanted to be a
Yeah,
pro football player.
for sure.
But I did football and basketball all the way through middle school, through high school. Then when I got to high school, I started playing soccer because all my friends did it. And then after high school, I ended up having a brief stint, had a little tryout, played, walked on a little bit in college, and then I ended up playing some semi-pro, playing some arena ball. And while in college, I was binge playing WWE 2K, and my roommate came in. Every day he would come in, I'm sitting there playing career mode on 2K. And I'm like, I'm into it, bro. I'm like, yeah, man. Like, I'm finally moving up from NXT, da da da. He's like, dude, you should just like quit football and become a wrestler. So we laughed about it, and then I found myself up late that night Googling pro wrestling near me, how to start being a wrestler. I started training like maybe 2 months after that.
Man, that is insane because I know in my research I saw like you had a strong background, obviously, in football specifically. What made you, choose that path? Like, where was that split in the road where you're like, yeah, football was fun and I enjoyed it, but like pro wrestling is what I want to pursue? So I know you had a strong background. Obviously, you were a multi-sport athlete, but football was kind of your forte, in the high school years and those prime years. What why wrestling? When you had that fork in the road, you could have went, football, wrestling. Obviously, you chose wrestling and it's done you some good. But what made wrestling the path you wanted to take?
Um, I felt like I gave so many years to football, like 10 plus years to football, and it didn't lead to the professional contract that I wanted. Like, yes, I made it to the arena leagues, but like I didn't feel like my life was fulfilled playing football anymore. And when COVID happened, like I couldn't play football anymore.
Right.
And like I kind of realized then I was like I don't really want to play football. Like I'm still young because like I was 19, 20 at the time. I was like I'm still young. I'm still fairly athletic. Like I should be doing something. Like there's more to life than working a 9 to 5. And then, I thought back to that little kid in me that loved professional wrestling. And like I said, like my roommate being a knucklehead one day and being like, dude, just quit football and go be a wrestler.
I
Like
love it.
I I realized then I was like, maybe I could do this. Like I remember when I first started telling people, I was like, I think I'm gonna try to be a pro wrestler. A lot of people would clown on me, like they laughed at me so bad. My mom was like, absolutely not. Like she was like, dude, like football is cool. Like go be a football coach. Just go back to like finish college. I ended up dropping out of college. Like, dude, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But like when I started to believe in myself and believe that I could make it in wrestling, I was like, yeah. Like I don't believe in anything else. Like I was done with college. Like I lost that love when football went away. Uh, but I think this wrestling thing is gonna be something.
Yeah.
But
I
man,
I
yeah, I got ragged on real bad. Like,
I love that. I mean, you got to grow that thick skin anyway to be in this business.
uh,
So obviously, I think this wrestling thing's going to work out. And you mentioned, getting a little bit of training before you're even in the business. I know you're training with PWE now. What has that training been like? And what are some lessons that have kind of stuck out to you?
um, so I think that Cowboy James Hunter, through his experience, like I feel like he has a lot of knowledge when it comes to professional wrestling. And, I came to him already like fully trained from training elsewhere, but he was able to help me like not necessarily develop like my moveset and everything, but he kind of taught me how to be a character. Because for a very long time I was
Right.
just a cookie cutter baby face that did a lot of cool moves. James was like, dude, like you can make so much more money if you became a character with that. And, in my mind, because I was naive, I was like, well, I am a character. Like I'm me. I'm energetic. And he was like, yeah, you are you, but how are you going to present you? Like, what's your elevator pitch for like getting to the next level?
Right.
And I had no words, so I had to learn how to be a character. He put me in a situation that I wasn't necessarily comfortable in, and I had to learn to thrive, which I like that more than just going out and being the cookie cutter. Like
Right.
I like being challenged when I'm out there because like now I feel like I can go anywhere, wrestle any style, and present this character as a babyface or a heel. I feel like I'm continuing to grow, and I'm grateful for this journey that I've been on. So yeah.
For,
Hey,
for,
you. Yeah, watching this right now. I see you. If you're enjoying what you're watching, I've got one quick favor to ask, and it only takes a second, costs you nothing, and makes a huge difference. If you could go ahead and hit that like button, maybe drop a comment. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. Doesn't seem like much, but for small creators, it's everything. So let's help more people find this channel and keep the content coming. And honestly, I'm pretty sure the podcast will be really grateful. So if you're having fun, you like what you see, make it official, click those buttons, and the Fans View podcast, we'll see you next time.
for sure. One thing I wanted to touch on with you, because you do have that unique football background, is, what was that hardest adjustment moving from, a traditional team sport like football to wrestling is just you, yourself, and you. At the end of the day, obviously you got to have that dance partner in the ring, but
For sure.
independent wrestling at this level is such a mental game more so than even a physical. So how is that jump from traditional sports to wrestling?
I feel like it kind of helps. I actually was talking to my wife about this morning because she was like, "Well, what are your goals for next year?" And I was like, "Well, my goals for next year are, uh, you know, becoming that guy that's undeniable and ends up getting a contract." Because I
For
mean, if you
sure.
think about it, like next year is my fourth year in wrestling, right? And I can break this down the same way I broke it down to her. So my first year, my rookie year of wrestling, that's like your freshman year of high school. Like you're just trying to come in, get your reps, play some JV, maybe get on varsity. So like I'm doing all the little small shows, trying to get to the big ones. Sophomore year, let's make varsity. So now I'm like I'm going from the opener on these bigger shows to let's get to the mid card main event. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
somewhere a fine line in between there. So this year was my third year, my junior year. My junior year in high school, that's when colleges can start reaching out. This is the year that really counts because now I gotta like put myself on the map.
Right.
So I feel like this year I've done a lot of cool things. Like, I started off the year uh debuting at MLW in a dart match. Went to Canada twice and I'm going to the UK here in a couple of weeks. So like that I feel like that's a solid junior year. And then next year, like I told my wife, like next year is my senior year. Gotta go out with a scholarship. Gotta
That's
leave an impact, get a scholarship, get to the next level.
for sure.
So like that's my mentality with it. So I don't feel like there was really a disconnect because I've always had that mindset. 'Cause, like that was the same mindset I had when I was in high school. Like gotta get it, gotta get it, gotta get it.
Love
So
that. Yeah, I love that. I mean, senior year, now it's time to run that place right on the way out.
for sure,
Now it's time for you to run the indies on your way to, bigger and better things. I
for sure.
definitely can appreciate that. I like that mindset. One thing I have to touch on with you because I have gotten to see you up close, being that I work alongside Apex, is fan interaction. Because man, I've seen a lot of wrestlers, especially in Apex in Augusta, Georgia, and I don't know that anyone upsets them more than D'Angelo when he steps through that curtain. What is
Dude, like
how much fun is fan interaction for you? Just being the dastardly heel that you are.
I love that more than I love the in-ring action. When especially when promoters tell me like, yo, go out on the microphone and talk before the match. Like, no, you don't have to say anything else. I got you. Trust me. Like I went I forgot where I went. I think I went to Detroit or something like that. And they're like, can you talk? Like, are you a good talker? Like, can you cut a promo for us? And I just started smiling. I was like, can my promo be longer than my match? Like,
I like it.
but no, like
uh,
I genuinely love it. I love bringing emotion out of people, man. Like whether it's good emotion or bad emotion. Like there's some people that genuinely hate me because of the stuff that I say when I'm in the ring. And then there's other people that kind of like get it and they boo me, but they also chuckle and they're like, yo, this guy's hilarious.
Man,
Like,
some of the one-liners you drop mid-match are just I'm really thinking about making a YouTube video just of your one-liners in the ring.
please,
My
please,
goodness.
please, please. Oh no, no.
You
My favorite thing to say is because like I grew up in a really big family, man. My great grandma, who's literally my best friend, she has 8 children. All of her kids have kids. At least 70% of them are boys. So like I grew up around, boy, you
yeah.
ugly, boy, you
Yeah.
stupid, boy, you stink. So like my go-to line is, boy, you ugly. I know I said it at least 20 times last night.
I think so. I think so. I think your first appearance at Apex, and folks that haven't seen this match is actually up on the Fans View podcast YouTube page. So go give it a watch. I don't remember who you were even working that night, but you told that boy you didn't know your daddy, but he knew his daddy, and it was you. And then you proceeded.
No,
Then you
no.
proceeded to get your ass kicked. It was
Oh
well,
man.
that was my first show filming for them, doing camera work, and man, I almost dropped my damn camera that night. I, I just this boy done lost his mind. But I mean, you do a good job. I don't want to teach your horn too much, but you definitely do a good job of getting the fans invested in your matches. So
I appreciate that.
kudos to you for that. Um, we've talked about, your confidence and having a plan and stuff. What were some of the biggest challenges you've faced so far in your professional wrestling journey?
Um, so it's crazy that you say confidence because like I struggled with confidence early on. I was I was very heavy set and out of shape when I started wrestling. I did not look like, and I still feel like I don't look like how I want to look as a professional wrestler. Which I mean, I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, like, you got to be a body guy. Like you can look however you want. Like, dude, Otis is so over, and like he's no like Randy Orton or like something
Yeah,
like that. He's no Shawn Legacy, but like he's him. But like I was just very unhealthy, and like my body was telling on itself. Like I wasn't taking care of myself. Uh, I think when I debuted, I was around 260, and like for my body frame, like my doctor was like, dude, you need to lose weight,
yeah.
or you're not gonna be able to continue to wrestle because like this is you're just not healthy. And I dropped down to 170, and then I felt like I looked sick, and my family kept
Oof.
asking me like, dude, are you sick? So now I'm kind of at that 205 range where I want to be, but I'm still in the process of toning my body up so I look like a TV star. And that's just a mental thing for me. Like, because I can do all the cool stuff in the ring, but until I look like the wrestler that I want to be, like that's still going to be a constant thing up here. But
For sure.
yeah, I would say confidence has been the biggest struggle. Like, because I mean, everybody, like, I've had a really good support system, like, since I started. And they've all been like, yo, like, you're killing it, like, you're doing great. But, like, mentally, I'm like, man, there's more out there. Like, I got to get better. Like, I'll never be comfortable with just being a good job. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yeah. Hey, and that's what separates the good from the great. So, I mean, hey, you can't catch perfection, but damn it, we can try, right?
For sure.
Uh, um, man, I could go on with you for 2 more hours. I have just sheets of questions I could ask, but we're gonna kind of round this episode. We're gonna kind of round this thing home. And I want to finish up with my two favorite questions. The first of which being, this is the Fans View podcast, so I mean, I'd be crazy if I didn't ask you, outside of the ring, what are you a fan of?
Um, so you mean like in professional wrestling or just in life
No,
in general?
outside of wrestling, yeah, just in your normal everyday life.
I'm a big fan of food.
Love
I'm a
that.
foodie. I have my crock pot going right now as we speak. I was literally doing that before I got on. My wife and I we will get on TikTok and we will find different foods, different recipes to try. Uh, Food's our big one. Travel, we love traveling. Uh, like I know a lot of guys like they'll go and like get booked in places off and like they'll try to like fill all the dates that they're there. Like,
Right.
dude, I went to Canada for 4 days. I wrestled once. The other 3 days was vacation. Same thing. This UK trip coming up, I got one locked in booking. The rest of the time, I'm on vacation.
I love
Like,
it.
I love to travel. I love to spend time in different places. I love to learn about the history of places like that. That's stuff that I enjoy. And then I like going to the gym. Like I'm very basic, man. And I like of course I'm a guy. Like we all like playing video games. Like, you know, I play a little college football. I
And use Rutgers. I learned that last night. You use
I
Rutgers when you
do.
play college football.
I do. I am the starting quarterback for Rutgers University. I'm a junior.
I love it. We could probably use you if you want to go back to playing football. You got any eligibility left?
Man, I got a noodle arm. I couldn't do it.
Um, well, last but not least, brother, this is my favorite question to ask. And it can be as shallow or as deep as you want it to be. But that question is, at this stage, not just of your wrestling career, but you're a young man of your life. What do you define success as?
I feel like, ooh, that's a good question. I think that's a good one. I feel like success isn't something that others see and think of you, but what you see and think of yourself.
For sure, for sure. I like that answer. I that's always my favorite question to ask everybody. Well, D'Angelo, thank you so much, brother. Like I said, we could go on for another hour, so we're definitely going to have to do this again sometime. Guys, make sure to go support D'Angelo if you're in the area where he's wrestling. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. And if you're not in the area, check out the FansView YouTube. We're going to keep uploading his appearances at Apex Wrestling in Augusta, Georgia. And just go support the man. Go give him a follow on the socials. Do all the things. Follow the FansView podcast. Like, subscribe, comment. You know the jazz. You know the spiel. I don't have to tell you. But most importantly, guys, don't forget at the end of the day to call your mom.
If you haven't liked or subscribed, you're going to be joking me.